Yeah, you can. You should be able to share screen now.
Okay. Let me try. Yes. Um, okay. So, welcome to Al-Musaafir Foundation um workshop series. So the first workshop on this series is gonna be the navigating the graduate school application process. So majority of my talk is gonna be mainly on application to the USA, but that's where I am, and that's where I have so experience, much more experience to talk about. Moreover, we have some other lecture in the series where people will be talking about the application for Commonwealth scholarship, and we have Erasmus Mundus scholarship. So majority of my talk is going to be basing on um, applying to United States of America, and this can be applicable to Canada also. So first, I would like to start with what are the things that you need before you even say that, oh, I want to start applying for graduate program. So the most important document that you need for application is going to be statement of purpose, academic CV, and recommendation letter. Starting with statement of purpose. The statement of purpose is um, basically what you want to tell them your past, your present, and the future. So although we have a series where another person is going to talk about this in details, but first thing I'm going to talk about in under this statement of purpose is I know many of us, especially from Nigeria, many of us are wounded doctor, people that want to study medicine, but we're giving other courses. So people, when we want to go for graduate study, they normally look at programs that involve medicine, that can anything related, oh, cancer, oh, drug discovery, blah, blah, blah. Fine. But there is a problem that can occur when you are writing statement of purpose in that regard. Let's say many schools here require you to put name of some professor that you want to work with. Big mistake you can make under this statement of purpose is you want to put two professors. Because you like anything related to medicine, you look for a professor in biochemistry that is doing research in cancer research, you put the name. You have look for another professor in physical chemistry that is doing actually what you did in undergraduate, let's say catalysis or something like that. You put the name. That can actually hinder your admission because you are putting two separate, unrelated things together. So they might see you as someone that is not serious. So first thing I will tell you there is make sure you are putting, when you are putting professor, they don't need to do the same work, but make sure that their work is related. If it's organic that I want to focus on, put professor in organic chemistry. If it is physical chemistry, put professor on physical chemistry. That is what I don't want to go into this on that one. We have people that will talk about it later. Then about academic CV, these 2 pages maximum is my opinion. It's not the law. But it make more sense at this stage if you can make your academic CV to be just 2 pages. Because I don't know, I don't think we have too much achievement like that that make you to have 6 pages CV or 4 pages, or some people have 8 pages. Make sure that you make your CV to be as concise as possible. That is going to help in your application process, in the admission. When people are going through your document, they don't want to spend, they have like thousands of applicants. They want to spend too much time looking for going through 18 pages of CV. So please try as much as possible to make your CV to be 2 pages. Then recommendation letter, you have 3 professors. So many schools ask for 3 professors. So what I will say under this is, although some of you already graduated, but in this recommendation letter, this what normally gives so many people problems, especially from Nigeria, because you don't have good relationship with your professors in your undergraduate study. So please try and build a kind of relationship with your professor, not until you need them. You now be saying, oh, this professor did not answer me. Try as much as possible to build a good relationship with them before you actually need them. So try as much as possible to have like 5 professors, so that by the time you want to apply to so many schools, it won't be the same set of people you'll be using, because they are going to get tired of you because you are not the only one on their neck. So that's my advice on that. So these are the most important this thing that you need first for the application process, the document. But this we are good to have document that is going to help you. We have first graduate record examination, which we call GRE. This GRE you see, I know some of you on Twitter or social media have seen people say, oh, school they don't require GRE. You have so many schools don't require GRE. You don't need to write GRE. You don't need to do this. Now imagine when you see that kind of a post or that kind of a tweet, what is first thing you will do? You want to go to that school. That same thing, thousands of people want to apply to that school too. So school that are waiving all these things, they will have so many applications that the competition will be so high. And you might not have a first class, or you might not have some work experience, you might not have some publication that other people have. So the what can give you an edge over other people is if you have all these results, all these GRE, then TOEFL, IELTS. We have so many schools that waive TOEFL and IELTS for Nigeria University also, but still, it makes more sense. It makes you to be competitive if you have them. Another one is publication or conference presentation. So if you can have as so many publications as you can get and presentation, go to there are
I'm
some
unable to
free
log in because it
conferences.
requires like authentication from your side.
What do you say?
Oh, sorry. Not you. Let me mute myself.
Okay. So publication, presentation, there are so many conferences, workshops that you can attend in Nigeria that are free. You don't need to spend so much money on them, that can help you to build your CV toward the graduate school application process. Then if you can publish your at least your undergraduate project, you can publish. There are so many open source publications that it can help you. You can talk with your advisor. With that, you can be able to publish your at least your undergraduate process. It's going to help you. Then for internship, I know this in Nigeria, so many people don't have this opportunity of internship, but everything still depends on packaging. I package my IT, that's what we call IT. We do IT in Nigeria, many schools do it. I package it as a kind of internship, and that's what I've been using in my CV as an internship that I have in Nigeria. So these ones, they are not you have so many schools that will waive all this for you, that waive GRE, TOEFL, IELTS, but if you have them, it's going to help make you to be more competitive. So those are the things that you need as a document for application. Now we have type of funding. Now, when people want to apply for graduate school, we know, especially us from Nigeria, what we are looking for, we don't have money like that to pay to go to school. We are looking for funding. So when you are looking for funding, you should know the different type of funding that we have. So you can be funded in form of scholarship. Like we have Erasmus Mundus scholarship, we have Mastercard, we have Commonwealth, we have Chevron scholarship, we have some scholarship in South Korea. So scholarship is a kind of, let me just say, free money. You don't need to work, you don't need to do anything. Just make sure that you are maintaining a good resource, a good academic standing during the program. So far, you are maintaining the good academic standing, money will be coming in every month. That's a scholarship. But we have what we call graduate research assistant, and we have graduate teaching assistant. What this means is that this, especially in the USA, this is what you have mostly in the USA. You have this scholarship for international students for graduate study. What you see mostly is GRA and GTA. So graduate research assistant means that okay, you are admitted into a school, you join a lab, the professor that you join his or her lab will be the one that will be paying you stipend every month. And what's your work? You are making the research for the professor. So you have to be present in the lab, you have to do what the professor wants you to do. That's your work toward the GRA that you are collecting stipend for. Then we have what we call GTA, which is graduate teaching assistantship. Here, your work is, aside that you are doing your normal graduate study, you are working in the lab, you are still going to be teaching the undergrad. You are going to be assisting some professor in undergraduate teaching, or you are going to be teaching them lab session. So that is the work that you are working for to get your funding. So those are the type of funding that we have. But as I said before, this is not so common. The scholarship is not so common here. So my majority of my work talk is going to be on GRA and GTA. Okay, moving forward. So you've already get your document ready. You have the document, then you have you know what you are looking for. Then you want to apply to graduate school in the United States. So fortunately, we have so many schools in the United States. There are almost like 5,000 schools in the United States, and they all almost all the school, or let's say majority of them have um graduate program that they admit students for internationally. So these are the most important sites that I use during my own time, and is the site that is, if you want to have a kind of overview of all the school in the United States, their ranking, this site is very important. It's very, very useful. We call it 4icu.org. Then we have usnews.com also. But I prefer mostly 4icu.org because it's well organized. You can easily navigate them and get the schools that you want to attend to apply to rather. Now, so when you are searching the school, we are still going to go into the navigating of this 4icu.org. Now, another thing that is very common if we are very active on social media is code many professors. Oh, have you sent message to professor? How many professors have you sent message to? How many of them have you do the? Before you do that, hold on first. Hold on before you send a mail to a professor. Now,
Yes.
this where United States and the Canada
Hello?
differ now. Hello?
Your flag is not moving. It is
What's
in the
it?
first place.
Oh, it's
Your
not
flag is,
moving.
yes,
Oh my
yes,
God.
it's in the
How
first.
come? Can you see here now? What are you seeing?
Yes, it has
Cycle.
started moving.
So you didn't see this one that I was talking about before.
No, we didn't.
No, we did
Oh
not
my
see.
God. Why did not come my attention? It's like, why will I just be talking without putting something down? Oh my. Thank you. I think let me just leave it like this instead of going to the presenter. I think this presenter, this thing that caused it. So I think you're able to grab something about what I said here about statement of purpose, the academic CV, recommendation letter. These are the most important documents that you need for the applications. These are good to have.
In fact,
What say?
some of us had to log off. We thought it's even our network, so we missed some of these things that you said earlier.
Okay. Let me just recap a little bit about here before I move forward. So, what I say here is that if you are applying to graduate study, there's some document that is very important that you must have. That like compulsory documents. You need statement of purpose, you need academic CV, and you need recommendation letter. Statement of purpose is just you telling them about your past, your present, and your future. That is something of statement of purpose. your past, about your achievement in undergrad, what you have done, your present, what you are doing presently, then your future, what you intend to do in the graduate school, how do you want to do it? After graduate school, what do you want to use the degree for? That's what the SOP is all about. But this SOP, there's another workshop in this series of workshops that we have, that somebody is going to talk about the SOP. So, but that one thing I mentioned about this SOP is that some program require you to kind of put name of professor that you want to work with. So make sure that let's say you want to put two professors, make sure that they are aligned. What I mean by alignment is that, let's say you put a professor in biochemistry because you want to work on cancer research. You now put another professor in physical chemistry. You want to work with catalysis or whatever. That there is a kind of no correlation between the two. That can affect your admission, because they might see you as someone that don't even know what you are doing. But actually, you don't know what you are doing, you put something like that, because which one do you want? These are two unrelated fields. How can you claim that you have interest in two unrelated fields together? So try as much, but I don't want to talk more about that. Next one is academic CV. Pages maximum. This is my opinion, not a law. 2 pages is still the best for you at this stage, because at this stage we know how so many things I want to put on the CV, and it make it easier for the reviewer, someone that is going through your CV, to be able to catch most important things on time, and they will not get bored. Imagine someone that has 8 pages CV. People have so many things on their plate that they want to do. They don't want to go through CV of 8 pages. So try as much as possible to make your CV to be concise, and make it like 2 pages, maximum 3. That's what I will recommend. Then recommendation letters. This is from your professor in undergrad. Try as much as possible to form a good relationship with your professor. Because people from Nigeria, this is where we have problem the most. Recommendation letters. So try as much as possible to have good relationship with your professor. You should look for at least 5 people that you can be using them interchangeably, because you have so many schools to apply to. Then this one also, we have a workshops on this one that we attend later too. So these are good to have document. They are graduate record examination, TOEFL, IELTS, publication, internship. This GRE and TOEFL, I know you must have been seeing so many things on social media about, they are not compulsory. There are schools that waive the GRE. We have schools that waive the GRE. But you should know that as you are looking for school that waive the GRE, other people are also looking for it. And what that result is, that will be so many competition. So if you want to be competitive enough, I will advise that you have all these exams. If you have the means, please do. I have all these exams. Then publication, try as much as possible to at least publish your undergraduate project, go to workshop, then conferences. We have so many free workshops in Nigeria that you can attend if you don't have money. Then internship, you can package your your undergraduate IT as internship, and if you have the opportunity, you also have the internship. These are the good to have documents that will help your application compared to the must have. Then type of funding, we have scholarship and we have GRE. Scholarship is like free money. You don't need to work for it. Only thing that you need to do is just to be in good academic standing. Your money will enter every month. But for GRE, which is graduate research assistant and graduate teaching assistant, these are the one that is mostly applicable in USA. This is not a free money. You have to work for your money. That you are a TA, you treat undergraduate, you assist a professor to teach undergraduate, or you work in the lab for your money. So these are not free money. If you don't work, you are not getting money. And these are the mostly what is applicable in the USA. And this is what I'm going to be talking about mostly. Okay, I think I've recapped that enough. Let's move on to next one. with a site to search for schools. So there are almost 5,000 schools in the United States, and we have many of them that have graduate programs for international students. So this is the site that I find that is most important is 4icu.org. I left 4icu.org in the sense that it rank the school. It's very easy to navigate. It rank the schools in very organized way. You can easily see top school in each state in each 50 states of the United States. You can see top school, the one you want, the one that's Ivy League, the one that is Afri, and the one that is below. So you can easily see how they rank. So with this, you can apply according to your qualification. Then another thing that I would like to talk about is code many professor. There's another section for this one also, but about application. So also on social media, so many people will be saying, oh, have you messaged a professor? You have to secure a professor before you go for application, before you do this. Please hold on first and let me talk before you try to code mainly a professor. We have so many programs that do not require you to be accepted by a professor before you are admitted. Some school will say it categorically that you should not message any professor. Some school will tell you you don't need to message a professor or to get a professor, secure a professor before you can apply. So best thing for you to check the requirement before making any decision. Go to the university website, go to the department website and check their requirements. If it is not stated that you need to mail a professor, just go do other application process and submit your application. It is not compulsory. It's not like a compulsory aspect of application that a professor must be ready to accept you before you are admitted majorly. But we have some schools that actually require that. That's why you have to go and check the requirement of the school. Then anything you cannot see on the website of the departments. Now, there is a between, in Nigeria, majority of things is about the school website. Here, department also has a kind of autonomous. So best information about that department, you get it from the departmental website, not on the school website or not on the graduate school website. Your best contact person about admission in any university that you want to apply to is graduate program coordinator. They are the alpha and omega of information in that program. Some professors also don't even know how this application process works. Some professors don't know how the students are being admitted. So the best person to contact for any mixing information is graduate program coordinator. And you always find their contact on the school, on the department website. This is where US is different from Canada. In Canada, it is almost compulsory that you have to code mainly a professor because the professor that normally have funding there mostly. So you have to secure a professor before you can apply to the department. It's the professor that will give you go ahead. That is almost compulsory in Canada. Another, based on my experience when I was applying to Canadian school then before I get admission to USA, is that majority of them don't do PhD direct like we have in USA. You have to have a master before you can apply for PhD program. Then to now apply for a master program in the Canada is also very difficult to secure funding, to secure a professor for master program. I had an experience with a professor then when I was applying. I have a mentor that is doing his PhD in that particular school. So I sent mail to so many professors. Some of them will not, 99.9% of them will not even reply you. So because I had somebody in the school, my mentor went there to check for me. So he went to the professor. The professor did not even check the email. It was that guy that actually go to the email, professor give him the computer, search for my email and bring it out. What the professor told him is that no, he cannot admit a master student because the funding that they have is not enough to cater for the master students. And from their experience, when master students come to the Canada, they have to be working to augment the fee. And their work always disturb their activity in the lab. So that's why many of them don't actually reply email if you say you are coming for master or whatever. So, but if you have a master already, you want to go for PhD, you can code mainly a professor in Canada also. You are still going to learn about code mainly professor in the one of my colleagues going to present on that one. So, but USA, majority of them don't really need it. Next one I want to talk about is you might actually secure a professor. A professor may ask you, I'll go and apply to the university. I'll go and apply to the department. I give you go ahead. Don't rely on their promise. I promise you, don't rely on their promise. They must have promised like 100 other people. They only see that, okay, this person have a good profile. I like him, then go and apply. Another person also have a good profile. I like her, go and apply. It doesn't mean that they've already given you their word that you will be admitted. So don't say because you secure one professor, you are not trying other means. Don't rely on one professor. Many of them will not get back to you, and it's not like they are not wicked. It's just that there are so many of you, and at the end of the day, they cannot take more than they can take. So don't be deceived by a professor. Oh, professor are giving me go ahead to go and apply. I don't need to this thing. I'm very certain I will get that admission. No, it's not always like that. You have to don't put your eggs in one basket. You have to spread your risk. Apply to as so many schools as possible. Another thing that we like to point out before I leave here, before I forget, is that in a school, you can apply to different program in a school. It doesn't mean that you have to apply to only one program. Let's say somebody in chemistry now, you study chemistry in your undergrad, you can apply to chemistry department. You can even apply to chemical engineering department. You can apply to biomedical science department if you have interest in that. So you can apply to more than one program in the university. Like I say, it's many of those departments, they are independent of each other. So it's they still be the one to make that decision. They can give you. I know someone that have admission for biomedical science and chemistry in the same university. So don't be restricted that, oh, because I study chemistry, it's only chemistry department. You can actually apply to other departments like biomedical science. You can apply to chemical engineering. Some professor will take you, they see your profile and you have a good profile and you have a good research that you have been doing before. Or especially if you have like work experience in that field. For somebody that work in a refinery before coming here, someone that work in some industry that had to do with engineering stuff, you can easily use that to package your SOP and your CV and apply to chemical engineering. You don't be restricted to just one program. So next one I want to talk about still on I said most graduate programs do not offer scholarship. Because what some people do is that when they go online, they want to apply to school in USA, they will type scholarship in chemistry in USA. You might have 0 results. So don't go and be searching for scholarship. For mostly in USA, it's not scholarship they give. USA is a capitalist economy. You don't work, you don't chop. So it's not a free this thing. You will be funded in the form of an assistance mostly. So you have to work for your money. So this is the mistake that I made in the past, and some people are also making that when you want to search for that, you are looking for scholarship, not scholarship, funding or assistantship or whatever, especially in the USA that I'm talking about. That is mostly what you are going to see there. So having said that, now let's now go through the navigating. Oh, this is so small, but I hope I'll be able to explain this. You follow my explanation, then you can be getting the picture. So if you put 4icu.org in your search bar, for example, what you are going to see, it will bring out the result by country or by region. You have North America, Latin America, Europe, Africa, Asia, Oceania. So if you click on North America, you are going to have Bermuda, Canada, United States. If you click on United States, that's why I said this is a very straightforward navigation. I like the 4icu.org. If you click on United States, it's going to bring all the 50 states of United States, and the number of schools in each state will be written in front of the states. So you see the number of schools in the states. So you can now streamline your search by clicking each of the states. For example, now in this one, I click Alabama. If you click Alabama like this, it's not going to give you the schools in Alabama. So it's going to rank them. It's going to rank them in form of the rank, how they rank in the country rank or world rank. So it's going to rank them like that. So number one in the state of Alabama is the University of Alabama. So if you click on the University of Alabama, it will take you to something like this. You can now click on the school here, and it take you to the website, the school website. So from the school website, you can now start looking for. Look at this now. When I get to the University of Alabama website, I click on chemistry. So when you click on chemistry, so it's going to give you something like this. You can now navigate yourself to the department's website. So on the department website, you see something like this. You can now go to the admission or the anything that you want to click there. From there, you can look at faculties. Faculties means like, in Nigeria, when you say faculty, it means the faculty means like a kind of a group of department. Like we have in my university, Lautech, we have faculty of I forgot the name of my faculty. I also be like faculty of pure and applied sciences. Okay, so that one we have Department of Chemistry, Department of Physics, Biology. But here in the United States, when they say faculty, they are referring to people, to the professors. You can check the professors and check their research. Then from there you can see, if I can apply to this school, I like the professor. Then you can put the name of the professor in your listing. Then under that also, you can see the admission process and look at the information, what is needed in the school, what are the things that is needed. With that, you can actually get your information. You get, if you need to contact a professor, if you don't need to contact a professor, you get all those information there. So as I have some time left before I take question and answer, let me try and navigate that first and see if we can actually get what I'm talking about. Let me see. What can you see? Hello?
We can't see nothing. Only Alabama, University of Alabama.
Oh, okay. Wait, let me.
You can also see how to apply.
Okay, I want to go to I want to do what I explained. I want to do it in live. No. Okay, let me see full screen. Can you see my full screen now?
Yes, we can see you are inside
Okay,
browser.
you see World Universities, blah, 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 right?
Yes, we see World
Yes.
University search engine.
What's it?
World University search engine.
Okay, yeah. Okay, let me go back now and search this again. So if you type 4icu.org, let me type it again. So this is what I typed that took me to that 4icu.org. Okay, so this is what I was explaining. When you get to here, you can see we have North America, Latin America, Europe, Africa, Asia, and Oceania. So because I'm going to the United States, I'll click on North America. Then show, this is supposed to bring me. Oh, what is happening? Okay, can you see this? These are changed. They've changed their this thing. Supposed to bring this directly. You can see we have Bermuda, Canada, and United States. So if we click on United States, you see these are the states of the United States and the number of universities in each state. So if I click on Alabama, or let me go to my university, University of South Carolina. So when you see this, you can see this is ranked according to the country rank. But University of South Carolina is the first in this state. You click on University of South Carolina. So from here, you come to, you scroll down, now click on the school. If you click here, it's going to take you to the school website. Is everybody following me?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
So now here, now you can now come, because I'm going to chemistry department, click on chemistry department, go. So from here, I can navigate to anywhere I want in the chemistry department, Department of Chemistry, about chemistry, our people. This will take me to where we have the faculties and the students. So let's say let's say I'm in physical chemistry. I'm looking for a professor in physical chemistry. Can see that this actually needs their unit here. This, you have chemical engineering, physical and theoretical chemistry. This is my professor. Let's click. Oh, don't let me click on my professor. Let me look for another one, so that you will not bombard my professor with email. Let's look at. Okay, this person is in physical and theoretical. So if I click on this person, so it will take me to their research interest. This is what you will read. When you read this person, you will know if this person is somebody you would like to work with. So if you see that this person aligns with what I want to work with, now put the name of this person in your SOP. Then you can look for another one. You have this also is in physical. These are the research. These are almost all the university website work. So this is in the department. Or if I want to now look at, okay, what's the admission process? I can go to the department website itself. here, this is apply. I think I can get information about application here. Graduate applicants. So here you can get information, application to the department. Okay, look at this one now. They don't expect you to submit your application to the graduate school. Your application material is submitted to the Department of Chemistry and Biochemistry. You will be contacted if more information is needed, and there is no need for separately apply through graduate school. So financial support, getting a graduate degree in chemistry or biochemistry is a lot of work, but the work itself help pay for the degree. Teaching and research fellowship can support you financially through the entire process. So these are the things that you are going to see in the school. Under the department, you can easily find out about information. If I come here, this give me over what they really need in the information, the document that they need, letter of recommendation. They need GRE, graduate record exam score are not required for admission, but are welcome as supporting information and for additional award opportunity. You can see here, as I said before, it's not compulsory for this school now, but it is necessary. Look at what they say. Not required for admission, but are welcome as supporting information. Which means if you are tied with somebody, if you have GRE, they will give you edge over that particular person. So that is how you navigate the 4icu.org, and you look for school, then you look for department, then you look for the professors. So that is all I want to talk about, and I'm open for question. Thank you.
Hello, sir. Can I ask a question based on this GRE graduate record?
Okay.
I want some highlights from it, like we that are here in Nigeria.
Okay.
So how can we get that record exam, graduate record?
How can you write the exam? All right.
Yes, sir.
Oh, so firstly, we have the GRE have agents in Nigeria that they use. I wrote my own exam also in Nigeria. So, but first thing you have to do is to go to the ETS, the body that do the exam. They are called ETS. ETS. When you go to ETS website, you can easily see how to register for the GRE exam. It's the same body that do TOEFL.
Okay.
So when you can register there, then during the registration, you can now pick a center. So if you pick Nigeria, they have I'm very sure they have in Lagos. I did my own in Lagos. They have in Port Harcourt. I believe they have in Abuja. You can now choose a location, a state, based on closeness to you. Then when you now choose a state, they will bring out the centers and the date of the examination. That's how to write it. But now, for you now to get material for preparation, there are so many materials online. You can search YouTube, you can search Google. There's so material that you can use to prepare for GRE.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, so that's how it is done.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Okay, I think Ibrahim Sulaiman.
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Walaikum salam.
Thank you very much for the wonderful presentation. I have two questions basically, though they are both centered around the recommendation letters that are coming from the school professor. That's your own school, the school you graduated from.
Yeah.
So I found out that most of the challenges, some of the time you find out that a professor is no more in the school. Maybe it can be somebody that you have good rapport with. It can be many of them. Sometimes you know how attrition can be, and you tend to lose so many
Yeah.
professors that deeply in touch with. And the second concern is to know if necessarily it must be a professor giving you that recommendation. Is there any fault in or uh, any deficiency if maybe a doctor, somebody that has PhD in your department now is giving you that recommendation? Does it has anything to affect your application also? So these are my
Okay.
questions. Thank you.
Okay. That's a good question. Now, this is how recommendation work. Let's say I want to recommend you now. What I'm saying is that I know you, I know your capability. Now, they will respect a recommendation from somebody that worked with you for so many years that can say, okay, for example, your undergraduate advisor. The undergraduate advisor can say so many things about your research capability, about your teamwork, about your diligence. Now, except you have worked someplace after your undergrad, nobody can have that kind of authority to say that about you. So in broad answer, if I want to answer broadly, it's not compulsory that must be your professor, but the person must be somebody that have the authority to talk about you. Let's say you have a after your undergrad, you work in a company where that company is related to your field. Let's say you are a chemical engineer, you work with Dangote Refinery. Your manager at the refinery can talk about you, can write a recommendation for you. But that particular person will actually have authority to talk about you. He has worked with you, he has supervised you. So, but make sure you don't use somebody just like, oh, that's what we call in Yoruba side of Nigeria, people will call Egban Adugbo. Egban Adugbo mean people that just know you in your area, or your brother, or somebody that you just know, or your friend that I graduated for a long time ago. If the person does not work with you, that don't have authority, because what you want to say is that, okay, this person, I work with him for so many years, I've know him for so many years, it can be this. But like we said, the recommendation is not just one. Somebody might know about your research, which is your undergraduate professor. Somebody might know about your personality as a person. That person is not necessary to be your professor, somebody that you work with under. It might be somebody that's a mentor. Okay, I've known him for so many years. He's my mentor. I've been mentoring him. I know this about him. When he do this, he do this, he do this. That person also can write a recommendation. It's not compulsory that it must be your professor, but it's more how will I put it? It's good if they are your lecturer, because this thing is academic you are applying to. There are people that can talk about your academic process, about your research capability and the likes. I hope I answer your question. Oh, who raised their hand first? Abdul Gafar Ahmad or Alima Hamza? Abdul Gafar first. Sorry, please.
Okay, thank you so much. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate your effort and the whole guidance. Jazakumullah khairan. Actually, mine is not more like a question. It's like just some request. I don't know if you could share with us some winning SOPs or um, recommendation letters. Sorry, CV for our reference. It might not be, you know, just maybe perhaps you might have a website where you can get access to some of them, and then we can use to guide in our own writing. Thanks so much.
Okay. Thank you. So if you follow this program, we have series of the program that we want to do. I have a colleague that will come and talk about writing, building an academic CV. We have somebody also that's coming to talk about I think we have statement of purpose, writing a statement of purpose during that program. So I will talk with them if they are okay with sharing. I have some that I can easily give to them and ask them to share if they are okay, but I can't promise you on that. Depend on how, if it is fine to share. But we have a program that will be very best appropriate to share during that program, but I will talk to them. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Alima Hamza.
Yes, assalamu alaikum to the barakatuh. Am I audible? Yes, thank you so much for the presentation. It was insightful and eye-opening. I have like a few questions with me. One is, if I have like 10 schools that I want to apply to, and I have SOP for each school, most of time, okay, let me say personally, if I reach out to people sometimes on LinkedIn, people that post information on SOP and try to ask for a review, they tend to be, you have to pay for you to review. So I'm now asking them, okay, who is the best position to review SOP for like 10 schools? Let's say I have someone that is a PhD, like a scholar, for example, like you, asking you to review SOP for me 10 times for 10 different schools will be somehow time consuming on your part. So I think is reaching out to those in the schools, probably in the department or not in department, and ask them to review SOP for you. Is it okay? Or who are in the best place to review the SOP for you? Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Firstly, I want to say, if you are among the beneficiary of our foundation scholarship, it is one of the compulsory, let's say compulsory job of your mentor to review all your documents. Even if you are applying to 1 million school, your mentor will review all your documents. But for the sake of people that might be online here that didn't join, that are not part of our scholarship, so it is not a bad thing to just, I have people that just reach out to me randomly that, oh, please, I know I have this thing, can you help me to do this, can you do this for me? I have people that do that. So you can request, but I will not advise that you pay anybody to do all these things. I will not advise that you pay anybody to do all these things, but you can actually reach out to people. And to answer who is the best person to review your SOP, the first people in best position to review your SOP are the people that are passed through that process, which are actually the graduate student also, or people that are passed through this process. They are the best people to review the SOP. So it's a good thing that you reach out to people, but anybody that asks you to pay, I don't think you should continue with such a person. Okay. Rabiu Isa.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum salam.
Good day, sir. Thank you very much for this great and insightful session. We are very grateful. I have some questions actually that I would like to ask. And number one, what are the common mistakes?
Oh, your line is breaking. Hello, hold on. Your line is breaking. What? Can you come again?
Okay. Let me try to. So what of now?
Okay, yeah, I think I can hear you.
Okay. What are the common mistakes applicants make in their statement of purpose or personal statement? And then number two, the question that I wanted to ask is about internship, or let me say service program or industrial training. Like, how can we highlight our professional or internship experiences during application phase? Thank you so much.
Okay. So about what are the common mistake that you make in the SOP, I think I made mention of one during this thing, which is you putting professors that their field are not aligned as professor that you want to work with. Then I think when you are doing the SOP writing workshop, the person doing that is going to give you is someone that know much about the SOP writing, so it's going to talk more about that for you. Then about that, your second question is your second question, please. Oh, he has gone. Okay. Do you still have other questions? Can you share the PowerPoint, sir? Oh, I will have to convert that from my Oga. Okay, Alima.
Yes, sir. I wanted to ask, when you were asking the question, when you're answering my question, that I should not try to pay anyone. I logged out, so I couldn't hear the person in the best position to review SOP if you
Okay.
have multiple schools
Oh my
to
God.
apply to, sir.
Yeah, I see the person in best position are the people that have passed through that process, like graduate students like us, or people that have graduated. So it's still good that you reach out to people. I always receive kind of requests from people like that also, that can you review my SOP, and if I'm free, I can do it for people. So, but the best people are still people that you are reaching out to actually, but not people that ask you to pay. You can reach out to, you can just spread your risk. If you reach out to 10 people, you see one or two. Another thing is that I think the other mistake that you people make, if you want to reach out to people, you are reaching out to the loudest force. The loudest voice is people that you are reaching out to, people that are common online that post about this thing. But what you should know about those, many of them, is that they are marketer. They're only marketing their service. So many of them just use all those information to lure you in, then they start charging you. So, but because they are the loudest force, people believe that they are the most wise. So you don't need to look for the loudest force. Look for people. Just go on LinkedIn, search for Nigeria graduate students in United States or in anywhere. It's not necessarily that people that post always. Just message somebody privately, and this I'm I'm into this, please can you help me with this. Many people will be willing to help, not necessarily people that are loudest the most. Hope I answer your question.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah. Mariam.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Walaikum salam tonight.
Okay. Thank you very much for the session. I wanted to ask that what's the difference between motivational statement, statement of purpose, personal statement? That's one.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, personal statement, statement of purpose, and what?
Motivational statement.
Okay. Number 2.
Okay, I also want to, you mentioned something about scholarships in the US for masters, that majority of them, you eventually go there to work. So I wanted to
We actually, we actually what?
Like you mentioned something like in the US, you have to work for whatever you want to spend. So
Okay,
it
yeah.
sounded to me like the scholarships are just like they're not what they seem to be. So I wanted to confirm, like there are some Mastercard scholarships that people are really like Mastercard scholarships are they're well known for the benefits that they say they are going to do. So I want to know if it applies to Mastercard scholarships too.
Yeah, like I said during my the introduction to my this thing, we have Mastercard scholar, we have Chevni, but we have this. But I didn't say there is no scholarship here, but majority in USA is not scholarship. And MasterCard, I think, is common in Canada. I've never met somebody that come to USA with MasterCard. I don't say there's nobody, but I actually used to hear about Canada mostly. So there is, but it has to do with, we are talking about what is prevalent. So 90%, I don't have the data, but from the Bureau of Imaginary Statistics, like more than 90% of people that you see in USA that come for graduate study, they are on funding, not this scholarship stuff. They are on either GT or GRA, or some people come with their money. So scholarship is not common. So about your first question about which is what is different, they are actually almost the same thing. We just have that some country they use differently. Like Europe, you will hear more about personal statement. USA, they talk more about statement of purpose. Majority of them are still talking about the same thing. It's here to do with what you have done, what you plan to do, and what you are doing. So they are basically just the same thing using different words.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah. His second question is using it for application. I don't understand this again. Sorry, I forgot that one. So any other question? Okay. So in the absence of any question, I want to thank you for attending this workshop, and I will easy for application in the ITC way. Okay, thank you. So somebody asked a question before about how can we put all our CWES and IT in our application. So you put it in your, firstly, you have it in your CV, then you talk about it in your SOP. Yeah, you talk about it in your SOP, your internship that you've gone through, you talk about it in your SOP and relate it to your program that you want to do in the graduate school. So that's where you put it. You put it in your SOP. Thank you for reminding me that. All right. So I want to say thank you for attending this workshop, and please do attend other one that we have, and make sure that we want to believe, and we hope that you are going to gain something valuable from the series of workshops that we have lined up. So I want to say Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Walaikum salam to me. Jazakallah khair. Thank you so much.
Amin wa yakum.
ìgbà tí mo ti ń rí lóun kejì tó wọ́n dààmú rẹ̀ mọ́.